Welcome back, Dr. Clev 80 Gaming. Today we're going to look at the results of our rigorous growth tasks. I ended up with 91 mandrake roots. And so what we're going to do, we're going to open them. How long is the video going to last? I have no idea. What do you mean? I can get more mandrake roots. And it can also go to other jars. I hope to get to be able to absolute start Eden. That's the goal. I already have Angus absolute star, and what I'll just do anything that's extra the absolute star. I'm gonna probably turn it into gold, and then upgrade my Titan artifacts. I do enjoy the nesting activities. I just sometimes it's like if I'm crunched on time, it's just a little harder for me. Um, to sit back and just appreciate all the things we can get. Now we are getting several. The blue ones. The blue ones are going to have the soul stones in it, and getting some time potions. I appreciate those. Um, I I'm trying to go back in my mind. Should I just continue? What I started doing is pretty much pouring all the resources I can into Sigurd, my tank. I also run Angus with him when and running defense, and um, I'm really just pounding Sigurd, and I wonder if I shouldn't just go back and do some Angus and Hyperion as well. I don't have all of my um, Super Titans. I don't have them leveled up. Eden's the only one I have, and you try to figure out the best way to get things done, and I don't know. It's hard to say. Am I doing the right thing? I don't know. I feel like I am, but it's a lot slower. It's a lot slower than I might would like. And what I mean by that is it is I like to see results quickly. That's how I like to do it. And we got 61, so we got 61 of the mandrake flowers to see what we get. And I want to be the most productive. And with that, what I mean, if Sigurd is one that is able to bring some healing, but also has that shield, which helps a lot. And as far as keeping him alive, particularly against Araji. And so I just want to, you know, that was my thought. Um, I probably will need to back up on that, and I also want to be productive in the dungeon, and I think that's the hardest part is trying to do two things at one time. Because the idea would be if I am wanting just to deal with Titan fighting and global championships and guild battles, then the obvious choice would be to maximize that the defense and as well as give some offensive portions to it, which would be good. There's some hungry mandrakes. I know what's coming out of those. Um, but when we look at now, I want to do the dungeon as well. If I just did just like a water team, then I would destroy. I would have no hope when it comes just to the fire. And my fire is the weakest one, by the way. And a lot of that is I just don't have. I just haven't poured a lot of resources in it. Molek probably the highest. I think he's like level 50 or something. Um, and so that's the thing about this game is you got to learn how to build it. You build it by your own choices, what it is you want to accomplish. The hard part comes in when you want to do more than one thing. It's like if you want to be really good in arena, you need to focus on a single team. If you want to be good in grand arena, you need to focus on three different teams, two good teams and a functional team. Where I am, I'm in that middle game. I'm not in the game, so I don't have everything leveled where it needs to be, I don't have all these humongous stats. I don't have a team over 300. Now I say that, but my arena teams, I can generally get them to finish in the top 50. Lower than that. Like last night was 34, and so I focus a lot more on that that aspect, the grand arena, because it goes into my global championship. Now that hurts my arena chances because I can get a lot further in grand arena than I can the arena. In the arena, if I get 60, I'm doing good, and a lot of that is I'm just not. I don't have that 300 level team, or 4 or 5 or 6. And on my server, I need that in order to get further in the game. In Titan fighting, I mean, you got the dungeon, you run through it and get as much Titanite as you can. And there are days I get 150. A couple of days I get 200. Sometimes I get 60. It just varies. It really does. It depends on the draw of the day, and a lot of that has to do with how I build my team. And so we'll see how it all plays out. I mean, I do because I do pretty good. Um, but those are the things I know. I read a lot about people want to know which one should I level, which um, heroes should I level, which titans should I level, and that really is a hard question because you really need to level the ones that suit the purpose you have for it. So if it doesn't suit the purpose you have for it, don't level it. Um, I know that sounds a lot easier than it is, but that it really is just that simple. If you want to be good in a Hydra fight, then what you need to do is build a team good for Hydras and the particular Hydra head you want, because they're not all the same. They're different. And because they're different, you have to strategize differently and build that team. Now, does that mean because a team is good in a Hydra fight that it's going to be good for your arena or grand arena? It doesn't mean that unless you choose a team that would be good in both. So, like if you're going to use a Fafnir Artemis Tristan line, um, make sure you have the supports in it that make it a good Hydra team, but you might need some alternates to make it a good arena team. And so you got to make that plan. You got to make that plan. And it's one of those things. I mean, you can listen to me, or you can listen to like Charlie and Hero War Central and some other places. I spent a lot of time with Charlie. Haven't in the last maybe 2 weeks. And it's because school went out. My life has changed. Normally, I watch Charlie when I'm in the school line and trying to pick my boy up from middle school, and I haven't been able to do that because middle school's out. But he gives a lot of good information. Um, Team building and the like, and that's where I get my that's who I really learned from, because I found when I started playing the game that there was not a whole lot of good information about how to play it, and he does a really good job explaining um, tricks and tips on how to get this done. All right, so let's see. I have all that rigorous growth done, so let's see if I had done any good as far as being able to evolve any of these titans. I probably have. I imagine I'll get at least 1 or 2 out of it. Angus 207. So I'm gonna take that, turn it in on that soul shop, and um, I'm gonna end up getting some monies for him, so I can upgrade my titans. Oh, I can evolve Silva. That gives me another absolute star. And she's not one looking through things. She's not one you need to necessarily upgrade. But I have that absolute star on her, so anytime I get her soul stone, I can get some more monies and upgrade the team. And it had 382 extra. That's crazy. Eden, I get to raise him up, but I doubt I have enough to get him absolute. Oh, so close, so close. What was it? 525, something like that. Avalon was one I was thinking about a minute ago. So I figured he would be the one I would get, or she'd be the one I'd get to absolute star. It's funny how some of that works. All right, so that's how I did rigorous growth. I ended up evolving to Eden and Silva, and so I have 2 absolute star Earth Titans, so I'm happy about that. And I can go ahead and show you these are the extra ones. Of course, I didn't get Nova and Sigurd today, but we got 6,000 soul coins. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. All right, guys. How did you do? Did you get to level any? Did you get as many mandrakes as you wanted? Just how did it shake out for you? Go ahead and leave it down in the comments. I want to know how you guys have done. And until next time, we'll catch you in that arena.